Have you ever wondered how big we actually are compared to a 300-ton Buddha statue? Or how it feels like to rush towards a station to catch a flight? Because we didn't even have a time and we're still too far away from this. Yeah, we shouldn't have done that. Alright, as promised yesterday, we got something else to do this morning, right before we catch the flight to Haneda. But first, well, actually the breakfast wasn't really that big, but at least they got curry, and honestly curry fixes everything. We went back to our room to pick up the luggage and noticed that it's already dark outside and it's expected to rain at 8:19 AM, which means we still have time. But it takes 16 minutes to get to the airport by walk. So there's a chance that we will get a free premium airport shower service on the way to the airport. Anyway, here's today's briefing. First stop, airport for check-in, then heading towards Nanzoin Temple, then rushed back to the airport to catch the flight back to Haneda. Very relaxing, right? At this point, it started drizzling already, so we had to walk faster until we made it into the airport. After that, we started heading towards the check-in machine. Yes, self-service. Boarding pass secured. Then we placed our luggage on this baggage drop machine. Yeah, bye-bye suitcase. After that, we started our mission this early morning, and it's gonna be a long ride. And just like that, we arrived at the station. And how do we know about that? Yeah, before going down, we stopped briefly to admire this view of the station, which is really calm. Then, right before we exit, we found this warning, which is a manner guide, because, I don't have to explain that, I guess. Anyway, we went out, and I'm not sure if I could take a lot of footage here, because there's just a lot of no recording sign here. We started heading towards the temple, crossing this bridge, and came across this pinwheel, which is nostalgic. At this point, we didn't know where we were going because it's an intersection, so we followed the direction that felt correct. Very scientific navigation method. We started crossing the road, but this time we're doing a pretty good job because we arrived. I would say it's already calming. So we saw this bridge, which is really cool, and I'm just showing as much footage as I could possibly capture because there are a lot of warning signs here about taking pictures and recording videos. And when we walk through this hallway to the reclining Buddha, there's already a sign about no recording. So as a civilized human being, I obeyed the rules. But here are some pictures I took. After that, we proceeded going out of the temple and walked back towards the station. But here's the thing, we literally missed the previous train. And because this is a countryside station, it took at least 30 minutes before the next train arrived. Just like that, we arrived at the airport and started locating our flight before rushing towards the security because we're almost running out of time. And when we arrived, it's already closed. No, just kidding. We still got some time before boarding. So we went to this place to get what we've been eyeing since we arrived. Yes, the strawberry snack. We even got a thorough explanation of the snack by this auntie, like we're about to invest in strawberries. So we bought two and started going to the checkout. Yeah, it's quite full. Anyway, we got the snacks and we're starving. So we tried looking for suitable food until we came across and bought onigiri. While devouring the onigiri, we watched this movie. Yeah, an absolute cinema. Anyway, it's almost boarding time, so we went straight to our gate, but it's so crowded, so we just waited before boarding. Yeah, that's what I meant. We proceeded to the aircraft and yes, it's economy seat. Maybe next time we'll fly business and it's only possible if you know what I mean. Yeah. Anyway, we started crawling to our seat and this time we got an entertainment screen to watch. So I'm definitely gonna review a movie. Welcome back to Haneda, everyone. We went down to pick up our luggage before heading towards. Then we went up to start looking for a late lunch. And I would say it's really huge. But somehow the food options here are not that huge. So we went up again, only to find even fewer restaurants. And at this point, we didn't even know if we could get a lunch. Yeah, but it costs too much. And I think it's because of this view. Like, you can see airplanes landing and taking off from here. You're basically paying for aviation ASMR. Anyway, it's time to get back to my brother's apartment. But it's almost 5 p.m. and it's Monday. So you know how crowded the public transport will be. So we had to rush towards the station to catch the train before it gets even more crowded. But as we arrived at the bottom, we saw... Yes, there's a food court right here, which is not something I want to talk about. Anyway, we arrived at the station and boarded the train. And just like that, we arrived at the station near my brother's apartment. And this time, we walked back towards the apartment, not by taxi. To be honest, it wasn't that harmful to walk. In fact, it's really peaceful at night. But what's really harmful is the wind. It's so freezing right now. And to make it worse, I told my brother that I knew where we were going. So he just let me lead the way, and I led the way too confidently that we started walking towards the darkness and emptiness. Yeah, professional lost person behavior. Anyway, we walk out of the alleyway and arrived near this road until... Yes, we finally arrived after getting lost confidently. We put our luggage and started walking towards another restaurant close to my brother's apartment because we didn't want to continuously masticate Sukiya, which is yakiniku, all the time. So we ate at Nakao Tenaik. Similar vibes as Sukiya, but this time I tried something different other than cheese. Well, that's it for day 7. Hope you guys enjoyed so far. Tomorrow, my brother's got a class to attend. So technically, I'll be soloing, walking around this area. To be honest, I don't know how it's gonna be, but we'll see how it goes tomorrow.